Hi, this is Jim, and I have to tell you, it looks like a bad hair day. This is the first nice day of spring, I think, about 45 degrees, and kind of frizzy. What I wanted to show you was this, and I'm not sure this is showing properly. Let me just see if I can. There we go. This is what I use for making sound recordings with Audacity. See, it's kind of a headset with this boom mic. Now this one is a USB headset. In other words, the plug on the end of this thing is a USB. You might have, if you get a microphone for your computer, it might be a serial connection, in which case it goes into the microphone jack. Either way, this can feed into Audacity. On the other hand, if you have a laptop, you probably already have a microphone and a camera built in. So one way or another, you need to be able to capture sound if you're going to be doing any kind of sound recording of your voice. Now, another thing that you can use to do sound recording is a little device like this. And let me once again hold a mirror to the camera so I can make sure that you'll see it. This is the preferred device that I recommend to people if they're going to be doing some sort of a recording of a speaker or a presentation of their own they want to record. This has a little clip device here at the back. It's really an MP3 player, but this particular model, the Sansa Clip, does very good sound recording for your voice. It's got a little hole at the top, which is a microphone. This is really a bargain for $20 to $25. This will record for 6 hours. Really very, very good, and it creates a WAV file that you can then read right through Levelator, which is a program that evens out the sound volumes, or you can read it directly into Audacity if you want to. So one way or the other, what we're going to be doing here, since the first video you saw stepped you through the download process for Audacity, now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you use Audacity to record sound that is your voice, that is a digital recorder, so that you can speak into a microphone and have it recorded digitally. So let's take a look. Okay, now I'm going to start recording, and you're going to see a little bit of my face, and sometimes you're going to see the screen on Audacity. So now I'm going to start Audacity recording. And you see that my speech is coming out. And you see the waveform appearing on the screen. Now, you have to fiddle around with the adjustment here of the microphone volume. If the volume is too loud, then it's going to overdrive and the waveform will extend beyond the edges. And you want to get it so that it's kind of a decent waveform, but without actually going over the edge. So I'm going to record something here the way Abraham Lincoln might have spoken his Gettysburg Address if he had a cold that day and maybe a cough. Wouldn't be as grand as we could make it by cleaning up the speech afterwards by editing with Audacity. So here we go. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Well, I'm not going to read much more about that, but you'll see that we can clean this up. You'll also see that some of the ugly waveforms that resulted here could be removed by Audacity. This is the way you can do sound recording of speech with a microphone or your laptop microphone. And whichever way you do it, it would be adequate for the purposes of this course, where we're just getting you used to how this capability works. Now let's make a recording here of just a very few sounds so you can recognize from the waveform what I've said and what we would like to eliminate. All I'm going to do here is to speak one sentence, and I'm going to put some ahs in here that we're going to take out. And you'll be able to recognize what those ahs look like. I'll start it recording. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, And now I'm going to put a few uhs in. Uh, uh. Now you see, here is an ah, and here is an ah, and here is an ah. When I'm marking these, all I'm doing is holding the left mouse button down and moving the cursor across there. If I wanted to get rid of this ah, all I would do is mark it, and then I could press the delete key, or I can do edit and cut, and it goes away. If I want to take out these two ahs, edit, delete, and they're gone. Now you can't always recognize what the waveform looks like. You would play this back, probably just chopping off this noisy thing here at the front this way, and then cut. Now when you played this back, this would play back the sound. However, it's going to be a little tough for me to do that right now, because the way my recorder is set up, you're hearing my voice through the headpiece, this microphone, and when I play this back, it's not going to play back in a way that gets recorded off the screen volume. What you would do would be to press this key to bring the cursor all the way back to the left, and then you would play this, and at this point you would have heard an ah, so to eliminate this you would just go like that and do edit and cut. And you'll get to recognize things like that, but you can mark it and then play it, and you would hear the sound. And if that's a sound that you want to get rid of, once again you would just say edit and delete. So that's how you go through this thing and size the gaps. You may not want that much time remaining. Here it's 4 to 5. That's 1 whole second. We can chop that bunch of gas out of there. And basically we would clean this thing up so that it would sound much better than it did with all of the pauses and the ahs in there. So when you do the sound editing for a little bit of speech that you'll record, that's exactly what you would do to clean up the speech that you'll create.